Maybe this sounds familiar. You agree to something, even though you feel a quiet no inside you. You stay on the call too long. You answer that message at midnight. You say yes, because saying no feels wrong. And afterward, you feel drained, resentful, disconnected from yourself. This is the cost of not setting boundaries. But what if I told you, setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's not rude, and it doesn't make you a bad person. In fact, setting boundaries is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself and for your relationships. Let's explore why boundaries matter, why we feel guilty setting them, and how to honor your limits with clarity and compassion. Why boundaries are essential. Boundaries are not walls. They're not about pushing people away. They're lines we draw to protect our energy, our time, our values, so we can show up fully, honestly, and sustainably. Without boundaries, we overextend. We say yes to others and no to ourselves, and eventually we burn out, shut down, or silently drift away. Healthy boundaries are acts of emotional hygiene. They let others know how we want to be treated. They help relationships feel safer and clearer, and they remind us our needs matter too. Many of us were raised to believe that being nice means always being available. We were taught that love means sacrifice, that kindness means compliance, that being liked is more important than being real. So, when we speak up or say no, guilt shows up. Guilt whispers, "You're being difficult. You're letting them down. They'll be upset with you." But here's the truth. Guilt is not always a sign that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes guilt is just a signal that you're doing something new, something unfamiliar, something necessary. And growth often feels uncomfortable at first. Let's begin with gentle steps. Get clear on your limits. Before you can communicate a boundary, you have to feel it. Ask yourself, what drains me? What restores me? Where have I been saying yes when I meant no? Your body often knows the truth before your mind does. Pay attention to tension, fatigue, frustration. Those are signs that a boundary may be needed. Practice simple, honest language. You don't need to explain everything. You don't need the perfect script. You just need to be real. Here are a few gentle phrases you can use. I'm not available for that right now. That doesn't work for me. I need some time to think before I decide. I care about you, and I also need space. Boundaries can be firm and kind, clear and compassionate. Expect discomfort, not disaster. When you start setting boundaries, some people won't like it. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It means the dynamic is shifting. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries may resist when you start having them. But the right people, the ones who respect you, will adjust. You're not responsible for other people's emotions. You're responsible for your integrity. Set boundaries with yourself. 2. Boundaries aren't just for others, they're also for the promises you make to yourself. That might mean logging off at a certain time, taking breaks when you're tired, saying no to self-criticism or perfectionism. Self-respect is built in. The small moments. When you show yourself that your limits matter, you build trust within. There was a time when I thought saying yes made me a good person. That if I could just give more, do more, I'd finally feel enough. But I was exhausted. And when I finally started setting boundaries, something surprising happened. I had more energy, more presence, more peace. The people who truly loved me didn't leave, and the ones who couldn't handle my truth, they were never really safe to begin with. Setting boundaries is not about becoming cold or distant. It's about becoming whole. When you honor your needs, your time, your truth, you create space for more real connection. You begin to live from the inside out, not from fear or guilt, but from clarity and care. So, the next time guilt shows up, pause. Take a breath, and remember, you're not being selfish, you're being honest, and honesty is a form of love. Thank you for being here. If this video spoke to you, consider subscribing to MindMap's channel, where we reflect on what it means to live with emotional clarity, self-respect, and mindful growth. Take care. And remember, it's okay to have needs. It's okay to protect your peace, and it's more than okay to set boundaries. You are allowed to take up space.